So that's fine. That being said, no one in this game wins Adol's heart. He swore his love to a goddess in the first game.
Jesus.
No, her name's actually Fina. She's the goddess of the ancient city of Ys. That's what the whole series is about.
Bruh.
All right, we're back with some more of Ys VIII, Lacrimosa of Donna. Hey, let's do this little bonus costume here. This is the silver armor. That is Adol's traditional armor from the old Ys games.
Wait, how'd you get that?
You get it free with the game, so it's just like a little download bonus that you can wear at any time if you go into costume.
Why did I not realize that was a thing?
There's also pirate costumes for all the characters.
What?
Yes.
I'm upset.
Some of it's a blessing. You wouldn't like Laxia's.
Well, she's probably naked.
Mostly naked. Uh-oh. We've got our first actual boss. This is the Nocturnal Lord, Byfteriza. This is a big burly bat.
I like its mane.
It has a cool mane, but also like it's got a lot of girth, so it doesn't fly that much. It just kind of hops.
Yeah, it hops around.
It reminds me of, I think this is like a South American mythological bat called Kazmataz, I think its name is. And basically it's this big gluttonous bat that's so big it can't fly, so it just like crawls on its belly. I think that's what Byfteriza is based off of. But right now I'm using my super move. Slappy slappy. And basically because it's teaching you the super moves, this is still basically a tutorial boss. Nothing too crazy going on here.
Yeah.
It has a couple nasty swipes. It has that shock wave when its big old girthy belly hits the bottom. Other than that, whoop whoop. Stay away from its sonar screech. And I just learned aerial spin.
These days, he's down.
Woo! Flash move, yeah! So there's two ways you can guard. You can do a flash dodge, which is when you move out of the way just in time, or a flash guard, which is when you put up your guard right when the enemy comes into contact with you. Very important to survive the more grueling boss battles later on.
I know Flash Guard is my fave.
Yeah. Flash Guard started in Ys VII, but Flash Move, I think, started in, I think it's called Memories of Celceta, which is a remake of 4? And it was for the PS Vita. I never played it.
Huh.
It's just...
But
so pretty.
Uh-huh. Look at the view. Not an island for miles. Take a look at this tiny place. From the heart seeking freedom, this island is a prison, surrounded by water.
I'm hardly the type to get discouraged.
All right. Don't get snippy with me.
Oh, Adol. Is that you, lad? I'm surprised to see you
Captain,
alive
my
and well.
captain. Captain Baconhair.
Captain Bacon Hair.
I did not expect to find you.
It's pronounced Bacone.
Baconhair.
Who might this be?
I feel like this is the point now where Laxia starts to be like, okay.
Well, it's like what Fado mentioned in the last episode in the comments. He said he's not a big fan of the tsundere stereotype.
Yeah, I hate it.
But Laxia gets over it real quick.
Yeah.
Like, once she realizes that Adol isn't full of shit and all the other characters are just like, hey, it's Adol! Adol's awesome! She's like, oh, maybe I should cool it then.
Like, she's still very guarded.
Oh,
which
absolutely.
I'm fine with, like, guarded characters. But yeah, the tsundere just definitely is not my cup of tea. I don't like it.
There's
It's
some
annoying
games that
and-
overplay it to where it's like constant. It's like, I am 30 hours in. Let up.
Yeah.
This isn't funny anymore. But as like an introduction, it's fine to have some tension, to
Right.
build the
You're
chemistry.
strangers.
Exactly. That's fine. You start out hating each other, and then you fall in love. Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. See? So that's fine. That being said, no one in this game wins Adol's heart. He swore his love to a goddess in the first game.
Jesus.
No, her name's actually Fina. She's the goddess of the ancient city of Ys. That's what the whole series is about.
Bruh.
He prays to Jesus.
Jesus.
But no, I really like Captain Barbaros as a leader.
I do too.
There's always that part of just like, is he the secret bad guy? Did he like scheme this whole
I
thing?
didn't have
Is he the
any, like-
Dagrin?
there wasn't at any point I felt like the captain was the bad guy.
Okay. The only time I suspected was within like the first 2 hours, just because, he's the captain of the ship. He
Yeah.
seems a little too nice to be true. I'll remain skeptical. It's the bad guy. But then again, I'm just prone to Disney twists. See, I told you the truth about that too. I am an adventurer. Notice the silver armor. You'd think the silver armor would be a clue. This also washed up on the island.
He's like, wait a minute. Is that my armor?
That's convenient. Now, if I could only find the Isios blade. Nope, that was lost to the sea. So apparently the Isios blade was the strongest sword of the previous Ys game.
Okay.
And it was just a way to be like, and we're done with that. We're on to a new
Yeah.
Ys game. And I'm just like, wait, come back. So, the basic point of this game going forward is to find all the other castaways, and we're slowly going to build what we call Castaway Village.
Yes.
And you really liked this feature of like finding characters to add to the story, but also everyone has a purpose to serve the island.
I really like that idea and the fact that there's no money, so it's like, hey, I found this shell necklace and I thought of you. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. I'll sharpen your sword. Like, you know, that type of trading system rather than like actual money.
Yeah. It's going back to what we said earlier. I have this pin. I will trade it for a toothbrush.
Yeah. But even like when it comes to like their comforts, you know, like, oh, well, if we find like flexible branches, we can make a curtain, you know, stuff like that. So it's,
yeah, we'll check that out later.
I really liked building the village.
There's like bulletin boards where you have tasks and side quests for each of the members of the island, and that raises their affinity chart.
Yes.
Uh-oh. She's only half aggressive.
Pardon.
My servant was a story I concocted to persuade the captain.
So you lied.
Now then, Mr.
You
Kristen,
lied.
who exactly are you?
He's like, didn't we already go over this?
You certainly know how to wield a sword. That much I will concede. But I've never met anyone so audacious, so frivolous, that he would introduce himself as an adventurer. You might as well call yourself a tourist or a sightseer.
Don't mock it till you try it.
I will not tolerate anyone who speaks of adventure, as though it were some sort of life-affirming calling. Listen carefully, Mr. Kristen. I will accompany you, but only so that I may keep a close watch on you. Because you remind me of a certain individual whom I utterly despise.
The truth comes out. That makes sense.
Silence.
Ooh.
And on top of everything else, you've also seen me. Ugh. Now then, what are you standing around for? Let us be on our way.
You should probably lead with that because that's the main reason you're upset.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I totally get it.
Oh, I do too. But it's just like, don't fluff it up with like, oh, you speak of adventure as though it is some kind of like dilly-dally thing. It's just like,
see me naked?
no, just lead with that. I'm pissed. You saw me naked. This will take a while to cool off. Cool. Fair enough.
Meanwhile, Adol's like, I closed my eyes.
He did. He saw the towel drop and he went, nope. Not doing that. Didn't save him from the slap, though.
Well, he never saw the slap coming. His eyes were closed.
Okay, so this is the world map. There is a lot to chew in here. There's a percentage of what you've explored. There's the materials that you can harvest.
I do
treasure chests.
really like that feature as well.
And I hit this button accidentally a lot, so
Yeah,
you'll
I
see
did
the
too.
map frequently throughout this playthrough. I apologize.
I do really like that you can see how many treasure chests are there and how many you've collected and like how many different types of items are there and how many you've collected, as well as the percentage. And like whenever you,
Oh, it definitely helps. Whoop.
and whenever the map starts to fill out, you can see the percentage that you've explored versus what you haven't explored. So I just think it's really neat.
One feature I forget, it takes me a while to get used to, is that's the overall island map, but you can press another button to zoom in to the area map.
Yeah.
Which is an enlarged version of this little mini map we got right here. So that's always good to keep track of so you don't get lost and turned around.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so check it out. I'm donning the adventurer's armor. It's just like one of these games of old.
What I enjoy though is even though it's all an island, there are like different ways to see where you're at in the island when you're not using the map, and that really helped me navigate without getting lost.
Oh, you mean like landforms and stuff like that? Landmarks?
Not only that, but like the enemies. So it's like I got so used to seeing like these little fox and mole enemies in this specific part, and they're not really anywhere else except for in this area.
Yeah.
So I could recognize like, oh, I'm in this area.
Yeah.
And then like when you move to the next one, there's new enemies, and I'm like, okay, I'm not in that area anymore.
Or it also helps that the music changes.
The music changes, and you do have like the like little yellow diamond like tape, I guess.
The marker?
Yeah, when you go into a new area.
Yeah.
But even what I'm saying is like, see, now you're in a different area.
Yeah. A different part of the area.
Right.
Though. I
But
consider
that's what
areas like
yeah.
when between loading screens. That's how I consider areas.
So-
is like when I
Yeah.
go from one loading screen
But
to the next.
I'm even like smaller than that, so
Okay.
it's one thing to be like, oh, well, this entire area is Pittsburgh. Right now we're in the South Side, and we just came from East Carson Street. There are two different areas within the bigger area.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gathering.
So it's like,
No, I get you now. Right now.
sorry, that was the only example I could think of.
That's okay. I was just like getting a little too close to home there.
Oh no,
Find out where we live.
I don't think I'm ever gonna say like exactly where we live.
Well,
No one needs to know that information.
good stuff.
Good shot.
But see, that was the area, and now that's the whole island. A zoom in, and a zoom out. There we go. But that's what I consider like an area.
Yeah.
And again, that's just how I navigate. Again, whatever works for you is great. Because otherwise your turnaround is just like, is this a new area?
Well, because that's exactly what
Well, all right
happens.
then.
Like, you know, if the enemies don't change, then I don't know where I am.
Maybe you wouldn't like open world games that much, because they just copy-paste enemies no matter where you're going. And
I
you'll
mean,
just get
It's
going
an
in circles
issue
being like,
because I can't.
I'm exploring.
This is like a
The
real
same
life
rock.
issue. It's not even just in games. Like it's an actual like real life.
Mm-hmm.
Is if there's not like a sign or like a very obvious example, I guess, of where you're at. I don't know.
Okay.
And I want to say the coral reefs area here, like that.
Was the first one to really get turned around.
Yeah, where like I was like, wow, this area's gotta be massive. Like I've been in here for 3 hours, and then you come in and clear it in 20 minutes, and I'm like, ah, fuck me. Like I just got so mad because I just didn't realize I was quite literally going in circles.
It's all right. You've gotten quite a bit better with VIII.
Yeah.
You still get turned around a bit, but also, like, it's a big city.
Yeah.
There's a lot of districts.
Also, in VIII, you can go, like, behind buildings and beside them, in between buildings.
Climb up buildings.
It's like, you might go in between two buildings and not find anything, but then you climb the side and realize, oh, there's a canopy between those two buildings. So it's like, there's definitely a lot of places to explore.
Yeah. There's a lot more freedom of movement, too. Like, I like this game, but there's a lot of areas where it's just like, well, we can't quite reach that yet. Whereas in 9, it looks like there's a lot more freedom of just like, no, you can't.
No,
especially
it's the
with
same.
the skill.
It's the same.
It is the same?
It's like,
okay.
It's like you acquire something that helps you climb.
Okay.
You don't start with that.
Okay.
It is something that you acquire, and then you backtrack and go to all the places you couldn't go
Cool.
before.
So it's very much like item progression, Metroid kind of.
But it's not necessarily an item that you find.
Gotcha.
It's a part of your party.
Oh. All right then.
So it's like as you add party members, you add their skill to your repertoire.
Part of the crew, part of the ship.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we got a big guy coming on. See, happens all the time. I'll dodge out of the way and I'll hit that damn button.
Yep.
Yep, there's the map, blocking my view from the giant starfish beast.
No, I did the same thing. It's because I think it's like it's on the control stick.
Yeah, it's holding it in that brings up the map.
So you
Whereas
have to
you have
use
to
that
flick
stick
it.
to move.
Yup.
But if you put any pressure on it, it brings the map up. So I do the same thing. I think it's an easy thing to do.
So yeah, it happens a lot during this playthrough, I'm just saying.
We just want to know where we're at all times. It's a dangerous world.
It is. It is dangerous, the Isle of Saren.
Dave.
Yep. I do like that you don't always have to backtrack. You can just warp back to previous save crystals.
Yeah.
It's always nice. Good old fast travel. That's the beauty of modern games.
What's wrong?
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Why did the car stop?
It's frightened.
What is that?
Something big.
They have like a Jurassic Park moment.
Yep.
What's making that sound?
I'm gonna scold her.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
See, it worked.
I think it's right around this part that I started to like Laxia.
Hold
I
on.
didn't
Best character
hate her.
coming
Yes.
through.
Facts.
Coming through! Best character in the game!
I feel like he's Dogi's big brother.
I think he's Dogi's dad.
Yeah. He does have dad energy.
Yes, he's definitely the dad of the group. This is the coolest motherfucker of the game, though. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Ah!
I just think of the, oh my god, we need a chicken nuggies of a Valadrigil.
I did just see a really good recipe for homemade chicken nuggets.
Very cool.
So maybe I will try tomorrow to make some chicken nuggets.
Primordial chicken nuggets.
Shaped like the primordials.
A Valadrigil and his...
Oh my god, it'd be perfect.
That roar.
It'd be perfect though, because
He
I
does
could
it better than me.
bread them with paprika
Fight?
in the breading to make them red.
Yeah. Ooh, I'd love it. Let's do it. Alright, so we have another boss battle here. This is Avalodragil. He's tough, especially for this early in the game.
Yes.
His big weak point is his head. And he's quick. Yeah.
So, spoilers, you're gonna see him a couple times.
Yes. He's a frequent little fiend.
I like his pigtails.
I just like his whole design. Like, it's very much their own dinosaur. We're seeing like a little bit of a Velociraptor.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the Indominus Rex. Like part T-Rex, part Velociraptor. All a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, I think what's neat is because, like, he is very raptor-like, but he also will move on all fours.
Yes. And like he has insane armor.
Yeah.
And oh god, it breathes fire.
Super fist now.
You
Yeah,
think,
he's-
Sahad?
He's a tough cookie.
So the thing about Sahad is he's really slow, but he hits like a truck.
Yes.
However, his weapon cracks me the hell up.
It's an anchor. It's the
Just
anchor
a
from
busted
the
old
ship.
anchor. Yep.
I think that I really enjoy...
Yep. He uses his tail too.
So far, I've noticed it in both Yeezas that I've played. The characters are very obvious with kind of the enemy that they're good at attacking.
Oh, really?
So even if you look at it, like right now, the characters that we have currently, like Adol is a swordsman, so like ground characters, ground enemies for sure.
Yeah.
Sahad has this big heavy anchor, so like
Yep.
anything with a shell or like an exoskeleton, like you're gonna want to use the big heavy anchor.
Mm-hmm.
And then Laxia uses a rapier, so like it's very light. She jumps, so like definitely air creatures. I think
Yeah.
that to me that feels obvious. I don't think it's common sense, but
It's a nice cue, so you're
Yeah.
not always confused and like, what am I supposed to do here?
because it's the same in 9. Like it's to me, it feels obvious of what type of enemies each team member is facing.
But it's okay. We got him.
Ferocity. Could this, in fact, be...
We fell the big old beast. Uh-oh. Bad touch. Stranger danger. They couldn't show it. The game's only rated T.
Thanks for
Woo!
saving my
See
ass.
his face.
Look at
I don't
Adol's
know who
face.
you kids are.
Aw.
I love you anyway.
Adol's like, oh, okay. Whereas Laxia's like, over my dead
Get off
body.
of me! Get off of me! Get off of me! Slaps Sahad.
She does 2 slaps. I like to think she slapped him twice.
I
but
definitely
part of me
think she
thinks,
slapped
I think she
Adol
slapped
again.
Adol too.
Yeah.
Here's another free one just because.
Guess I got a little carried away expressing my gratitude.
I love Sahad. He's just like a big emotional
Suffice.
wolf.
He is just unapologetically himself.
Yes.
How uncouth.
He's smiling.
I know, Adol's just like, I like you.
Yup.
You don't look like you're gonna slap me.
I'm a fisherman from the Grecian region.
But yeah, he's basically the Dogi of this game because in the previous game, Dogi was very much the heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Well, Dogi sits out of this one. Sahad is our heavy hitter.
Yeah, I could definitely see
Nice
him
to
being
meet ya.
Joey's like dad or older brother.
Absolutely.
I'm Laxia.
Come on now,
Laxia
Laxia,
von
be
Rosbeck.
nice.
Adol and Laxia.
So I wonder if she cools off with Adol because Sahad's now in the picture, and she's just like, compared to Adol,
Yeah.
I'll take Adol.
You know of it?
Of course I do. Growing up in Greek, my folks would always tell me, "You better behave, Sahad, or I'll leave you marooned on the Isle of Seiren." Every time my pop threatened to dump me here, I'd get so scared I'd piss my
No
pants.
shame.
So, where you're from, the locals know to avoid this place? Do they also know beasts such as this could be found on this island?
Nope.
Ping!
Well,
Who
at
wants
least,
dino soup?
I didn't before today. Any ship what comes
Just
near
like
the
put it on a
island
rotisserie.
sinks
Yeah.
into the or so it goes.
They do that, and I think it's Quest for Camelot.
Yeah.
They like
They put the
rotisserie
dragon
a
on
dragon.
the... Yeah.
Yep.
Folks claim they came ashore here, but they must have been spinning yarn.
Maybe.
No, not yet. Anyway, we should keep searching.
Man, I got the
We've
worst.
just
luck.
scratched the surface of this island's mysteries. Where was he keeping it?
I don't want to know. I feel like with Sahad, it could have been anywhere.
Yep.
Accident. Right in the kisser.
I like how the whole thing started with him finding an anchor and then accidentally smacking the dinosaur in the mouth. I almost feel bad for the dinosaur now. I'm just like, no, he has every right to want to cook and eat every single one of us.
Oh, then he pets it.
You didn't ask for consent.
Huh?
Well, what's also
I love that
interesting
the-
is, like, this guy has ears.
Yeah.
Like, elf-like ears. Which is incredibly unusual. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Scared the hell out
Laxia's
of
like,
me
I'm
just now.
tired.
But this
But no,
ending works for me.
Laxia has the most practical position for, like, where a sword should be drawn.
Yeah.
Adel, still pretty lousy because, again, it's from the back.
Me both, little lady.
Sahad's not even
With that thing
trying.
chasing me around,
He just drags it
surprised
behind
I'm
him.
still standing. Oh, looks like I worked up quite the appetite too.
The shadows behind rumbled with his stomach.
Yeah.
How about you take me to your camp?
Laxia does not approve. The monarchy is not pleased.
Sahad has joined the party.
Uh-huh. Alright, so now we have our basic trio. We're going to be with these characters for a good portion of the first half of
I
this
love
game.
how Sahad runs.
Yes, me too.
He runs like he has to poop.
Yes, he probably does. He's like, hold on a second. I gotta go behind this palm tree. Alright, we can resume. It's the I gotta poop walk. I mean, it's some hustle. He's got some hustle.
It just makes me feel giddy.
Oh, there it is. But yeah, with the big old starfish, you want to use Sahad.
Yeah.
Okay, what I just did was I switched them between defensive and offensive. That's something you want to keep an eye on, because if you accidentally hit that button,
It is so annoying.
all of a sudden your party member's not helping out, and it's just like, I feel like I'm the only one pulling the weight here.
Yeah, and then you see them all just standing there, and you're just like, hello.
You,
Are you gonna help,
chime in
or-
anytime soon? Look, we found another.
someone. This is me bringing injured animals home.
If we get a big lumbering male dog, can we call it Sahad?
Yes.
I will even settle for a big lumbering male cat.
Yes. I feel like, you know, the cat videos that we've been watching where the cat just looks naturally like grumpy?
Yes.
That's a Sahad cat.
But Sahad's not grumpy.
No, but he's just like,
He's very like, woo!
yeah. I feel like Milo in his prime would have been a Sahad cat.
Aww.
Just kind of like, ooh, let's see what happens. but he like also didn't know how big he was.
Right.
I hope this means more castaways are gonna start showing up.
Look,
Oh?
another.
And who might you be?
I ran across him while I
That
was searching
smirk,
this area.
Adol knows. Did
Hey,
somebody
Al.
mention Dad Bod?
Looks like our bad luck hasn't quite run out yet.
Dogi doesn't have dad bod.
No?
Sahad has dad.
Sahad has Dad Bod. Okay.
Of course I
He is
did.
more chiseled
I'm
in this
totally
game,
fine.
whereas he's a bit
It's gonna
beefier
take
in
more
Yi
than some
7.
giant tentacles
And
a
also
second
younger. He
shift
doesn't have
to kill
facial
me.
hair. In Yi's 9, he has like ponytail and like
After the
he's
attack, I grabbed
he's a
hold of some
frickin'
floating
truck.
debris and rode the current till I
like
washed
a-
Well,
up
Ye's
here.
9, he's still like is this particular Dogi.
Okay, just longer hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. Not as much as you do, though.
How can they be so cavalier?
I guess that's what makes those two adventurers.
How dare you use that word in front of me?
I don't know what your deal
Captain,
is, but
you
I
use
can
the word
already
adventurer
tell
too freely.
I'm gonna like you both.
Adol, we've been through a lot today. Let's compare our information so we can plan our next.
What do you
course of
mean
action.
we? I didn't see you smacking
As
some
you can see,
dinosaurs.
now that the makings of a
Oh,
base have been in
Capitan.
place, thanks to Dogi, the sun is
It's like
already
I was
beginning to
frying
set.
up my
Let's rest
bacon
up
air.
here for tonight.
Alrighty, so we're going to continue this in the next episode because we got another cutscene and we're getting a little long here, so we're going to cut this short. And in the next episode, we'll learn more about the island and Dogi's discoveries.
Dun, dun, dun. Toodle.